Hello and welcome everyone. This is Lynn Sanders at Difference Makers Media, and I'm very excited today to welcome Debra Trude-Suter, who's the Executive Director at Alexander Graham Bell Montessori School. It's the nation's only Montessori mainstreaming deaf and hearing children together through cued speech, and they have a very special camp program coming up in just a week. So I wanted to give you a chance to learn about cued speech, how it could benefit anyone you know who has hearing loss, and how it can help deaf children excel in literacy and learning. So Debra, thank you for coming. Can you give our listeners who are tuning in at any time just an overview of what is cued speech and why is it valuable for people with hearing loss?
Cued speech is an exceptional tool that allows people to be able to have visual access to the English language by combining consonant hand shapes and vowel placements around the mouth and the chin, and so that people actually have the ability to learn and understand English without learning a new language. And cued speech, actually, the research has been bearing it out that it really does provide children and adults the ability to learn in a way that they probably wouldn't be able to if it weren't for cued speech. It increases their ability to comprehend and to understand because, of course, the cued speech goes right along with the lip reading. So you could not use the cues without talking. But you could talk, you could speak using the gestures and speak silently. And then children would recognize what you're saying, because many of the words look the same on the lips, but it's the hand shapes that differentiate and the placement of the hand that really differentiate what those sounds are that you're making when you're talking.
Right, because most people still, according to what I've seen, most people have never even still heard of cued speech. And why would you say, this may sound simple to you, but why would you say cued speech is totally different from sign language?
Well, sign language is a language all by itself. And so, sign language is just like learning another language. With cued speech, it's not learning another language, and you can actually learn it within a few hours. Sign language takes a lot of time to be able to learn, and if other people don't learn the sign language, then you can only communicate with other people who sign, basically, unless you read lips. But for me, if I were using cued speech, then anybody who was deaf who uses cued speech would understand what I was saying in English. They would not need signs to be able to recognize all of that. So I think that the key is that it's not a different language. It's simply a tool that enhances a person's ability to understand English.
Right, or any language for that matter, correct?
That's right. I think that it's being used in 68 different languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically we're making sounds visible using hand shapes, 8 hand shapes for all consonants,
right,
4 positions around the mouth for all vowels, and we're speaking at the same time.
Right. Exactly.
So that's how deaf children can learn to, or adults can learn to lip read better, because the shapes are all near the mouth and the positions.
Right. That's right.
So tell us about this camp. I heard that you are innovators, your school, A.G. Bell Montessori School, with this camp called Shikugo. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did. I know it's a mouthful. It's hard to say sometimes, but yes, actually I was blessed with having my first experience with it last year. I worked with Karla.giese, our Director of Deaf Services, to host this at the school. And it was a wonderful event, very successful. We got wonderful feedback. We had a lot of folks. I think we had about 70 in attendance.
Wow.
And Yeah, we partnered with the National Louis University, so we used the classrooms at the university, which is right across the street from us. So we're all on the same campus together. And then we come over to Alexander Graham Bell to socialize, and we would have our meals there. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is so special because you have like-minded people getting together, and it's the entire family. It's not, just one person or two. It's, we have entire families coming together, and they have the ability to, number one, first, learn cute speech if they don't know it. Number two, they can go to the next level and get a better handle on it and understand it better. So we actually have 3 levels, 3 different classes. So we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And but the wonderful thing is they're going to be in classes, but they're also going to have plenty of time to socialize. So we are actually providing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we have a special activity for Friday night. So we have music, and for the kids will be at the Alexander Graham Bell School doing lots of practicing on cueing, and they will also get to see a puppet show.
Wonderful.
We'll have a bounce house. We have lots of other children for them to interact with and play with, while mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, aunts, uncles, and friends are in class with people who really want to really understand this, to be able to use it to more effectively help their children be successful in school and in life. It's a great, great event. Lots of fun.
Oh, it sounds great. So it's like a big family camp, really.
It is, yeah, yeah. And really, this is the first experience I've had with something like this. And so last year we had so much good feedback and people just really asking us to do this again. And we're looking forward to seeing a lot of folks from last year and a lot of new friends that have registered right now to come as well. And then we still have lots of room. University is a nice size, so we have plenty of space for more people to register, even at this late date.
So people listening, how can they register for this camp? It's coming up soon, July 25th and 26th.
That's right.
So Debra, could you tell us how they can register and where the camp is, if you could give us the address?
Yeah. So you can go onto our website, www.agbms.org, and if you go to the left side of your screen, when you get there, scroll down to Deaf Services, and then the pop-out will come out, and it'll show you Camp Shakugo, and you'll be able to register right online. If you have any problems, just give us a call at 847-850-5490. We're located at 9300 Capitol Drive in Wheeling, Illinois, and it's fairly easy to locate. We're right on the same campus with National Louis University, and we're at the corner of Palatine Road and Wolf Road. So, but feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to help with directions, happy to help you. We also have a special agreement with the Wyndham Suites Hotel, which is on campus as well, for our families to stay at. So we have lots of assistance here for you to get connected.
People should also know that I think it's extremely well priced for 2 days. It's $125, is that correct, for an individual? For 2 days, that includes meals and snacks?
Yes.
And entertainment, right?
Yes, yes.
And then the family price, Debra, what is that for a
the
family?
family price is $200, and I think the most, if you've got like 5 family members, it's $275. So really, where can you go for a camp experience and have the whole family together and learn a lot, food, good social time, and shared experiences for that kind of price.
The other thing I think is important for people to know is if you're a hearing loss professional, you can get credit. Is that correct? Professional credit hours?
So we will be providing CEUs, and there will be certificates of attendance or certificates of completion if you complete both days, yes.
That's really great too. And it's coming up soon. What I think is so amazing is that you could actually learn to cue in 2 days. And when you think about sign language, you have to spend so much time. I think that's pretty amazing.
Well, it is amazing, but you know, I've heard such amazing success stories, and when a parent has the kind of motivation that parents have when they find out they have a deaf child, or they're looking for the next best thing for their child, they're very motivated. I have a teacher on staff actually that will be there who has a son who's deaf, and when she found out and then she started learning about cued speech, she learned it in 24 hours and has been using it ever since. And
Wow.
she's very successful. She's very proficient. Her son is amazing. He's articulate. He's bright. He's conversational. He's just very charming. And it is really amazing what can happen when you do this, and especially when you start early on. But you know what? Any time is a good time to start using cued speech.
Sure. You know, I think what people don't understand, and it just needs a little explanation, is that by making sounds visible, it allows people who are deaf to have the same access, like you said, access to language, so they can learn the same vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure, which is not the same in deaf, in sign language. So
Right.
It's allowing children to excel in literacy and academic skills.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
In fact, what you want to share, one of the great achievements, I think that was because of Montessori, that cued speech is now being used at the largest state school in Illinois.
That's right, the Illinois School for the Deaf. Yeah, we're so excited about this. And I'll tell you, I really have to give credit to Sandy Mostek, who had 2 children attend AGBL, and one of her children was deaf and went through the program, and she is such an advocate, and she's been working tirelessly with organizations across the U.S., but especially with the Illinois School for the Deaf to help them understand the importance, and they're now using it, and it's very research-based, and they're collecting all the data and finding that it's very successful for their students. We recognize them at our annual gala, so they were award recipients, and they're actually going to be sending a large number of families and their staff to Camp Chicugo.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Now, before we go, I want to mention something for anyone listening or who wants to share this video clip with others, is that your camp is open to having sponsors, as well as the school is open to having sponsors, so that they can get recognition for supporting your unique program.
Absolutely.
So can you just tell us a little bit about what sponsors can do for the camp or for the school?
Sure. Well, anybody who's interested in sponsoring can sponsor a family, can sponsor an individual with a scholarship to pay for the registration fee. Sponsors would be wonderful to help with the for the catering that we'll be doing, because of course we all know that that's a pricey proposition, and we are nonprofits, so any assistance that we can get in that area. We're paying a minimal fee to National Louis University for space usage, and really that will just cover their cost of all the cleaning and reorganizing that has to be done, because they are not charging us their full fee, which we greatly appreciate. Could also sponsor some of the entertainment that we're having for the children, especially the sponsorship of the puppet show, the sponsorship of the bounce house. I think we may even have a little face painting for the children.
That's nice.
Sponsoring our trainers who are coming in for their flights. So, sponsorship of a trainer would be great. We can start sponsorship at $500 to $1,000. This would help defray the cost, and really would, I think, go a long way. And for the sponsorship, we will be sure to post that on our website. So as a sponsor, you'll be recognized on our website. And of course, Lynn, you're always giving me great ideas about how to acknowledge folks who are very generous and really believe in what we're doing. And I always rely on you to give me good ideas about how to handle some of that as well.
Well, thank you, Debra. I just believe in your school. I've seen myself how wonderful it is when children who are deaf can communicate so freely, and it makes everybody happy. So I just want everyone to know that if you want to be a sponsor, any amount I would think would be appreciated, and it's all tax deductible, correct?
Yes.
You're nonprofit, you're 501c3. So if you're listening, please take a look at AGBMS.org, stands for Alexander Graham Bell Montessori School, and consider coming to Camp Chicugo. It's Chicuego, correct?
Yes, it is.
And you'll have the time of your life, I think, to be able to learn. I'm going to be there to learn how to cue. Imagine that, even in a day or two, and be able to communicate freely with people who are deaf. And if you're deaf, you'll be able to understand sounds more clearly on people's lips, because as I understand, m, b, p looks all the same, but you use a different hand shape, and all of a sudden I know this is a m, and this is, I believe, a b. I mean, I don't have the vowel right, but I know the hand shape. So you'll be able to tell the differences. And I'll learn more myself.
Yeah.
So, any last words, Debra? Do you want to give us just a farewell or any thoughts?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you, Lynn, for giving me the opportunity to talk about one of my favorite topics of conversation. I'm pretty passionate about Alexander Graham Bell and the work that has been going on for 27 years. This is nothing new. This is for this school. It seems to be new to the U.S. and people are starting to understand it and embrace it. And our job is to make sure that we get the word out there, and that if we can help one child, one family, we feel like we've been successful.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Debra. So this is the only camp in the Midwest that allows adults and children to learn cued speech in just 2 days. So I would really encourage you to see if you can come even at this last minute, or support the camp and the school by making a donation, and you can contact the school through the website. Also, I know that main contact is Karla. How do you pronounce her last name?
Yeah, Karla.
Giese, and her email is karla.giese@agbms.org. Did I get that right, Debra?
You did, yes.
So, and you can certainly feel free to speak to Debra, of course, as well at the school if you have any questions. So I want to thank you, Debra, and anyone listening, thank you for being here. This is a very special time in the history of the school and in cued speech, and we invite you all to take advantage of this opportunity and support a great school. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.